Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at a case study from Explora Marketing Digital.
Those folks.
Yeah, they're a Latin American agency that's really into innovative marketing strategies and experiences.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and their blog post really got me thinking about how a strong brand name can totally shape how people see a company.
You mean make or break it?
Exactly. It can totally impact a company's success.
I am all ears. Tell me more.
Okay, so get this. They use the best dressed chicken as an example.
The best dressed chicken.
Yeah, pretty catchy, right?
Well, say, it does make you wonder what kind of company would go for a name like that.
Right. You might think it's some trendy new food brand.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's actually the brand name for Jamaica Broilers Group, or JBG.
ABG.
Yeah, and hold on to your hats because they were founded way back in 1958.
Wow, 1958. So this isn't some fly-by-night operation. They've been around the block a few times.
That's what makes this case study so fascinating. It shows how a strong brand name, when it's combined with a real commitment to quality and a smart strategy, it can really stand the test of time.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so picture this. It's the 1950s. JBG is just starting out.
Uh-huh.
And the Jamaican poultry industry is a bit of a Wild West.
Lots of competition.
Tons. You've got all these small-scale farmers and a lot of imported chicken flooding the market.
Sounds tough.
It was. But JBG had a vision. They wanted to revolutionize the industry.
Oh, wow.
They wanted to create a more efficient and sustainable system for producing chicken in Jamaica.
So they were aiming big, not just trying to fit in, but to really shake things up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the best dressed chicken was this crucial part of making that vision a reality. From day one, they laser focused on two things: quality and convenience.
Quality and convenience. Got it.
You know how we see pre-cleaned, ready-to-cook chicken everywhere these days?
Oh, yeah, it's a lifesaver.
Well, back then, JBG was a pioneer in offering that kind of product.
Really? I had no idea.
It was a total game changer. Imagine the convenience for people back then.
Especially for busy families who still wanted a good meal.
It totally hit the mark. And JBG didn't stop there. Over the years, they've been investing in technology and sustainable practices.
That's really cool.
And in 2023, get this, they hit a major milestone. 100% of their chicken is raised without antibiotics.
Wow, now that's impressive. It really says something about their commitment to quality and, being responsible.
It totally builds trust with consumers, they're going the extra mile.
Absolutely.
And that trust helped them expand beyond Jamaica. Their first international move was to the Cayman Islands.
The Cayman Islands. Interesting.
It might seem like a random choice, but it makes sense when you think about it.
How so?
Well, geographically, they're pretty close to Jamaica. Plus, there's already a big Jamaican community in the Cayman Islands.
Ah, so they had a built-in customer base that already knew the brand.
Exactly. It was like testing the waters in a market where they had a bit of an advantage.
Or.
And guess what? It totally worked. The best dressed chicken was a hit with local consumers in the Cayman Islands.
So their brand translated well to a new market.
They even managed to outperform some of the giant U.S. brands that were already there. It proved they could really hold their own.
That must have given them a huge confidence boost.
It totally did. And it likely paved the way for their next big move. In 2019, they expanded into the U.S. market.
The U.S., that's a huge step.
It was. They acquired a plant in South Carolina, which really ramped up their production capacity.
Bold move. It shows they were serious about making a splash in the U.S.
But before we get into that, I want to rewind a bit.
Right.
What about the name itself? Where did the best dressed chicken even come from? Was it just some random brainstorming session?
Right. It's such a unique name, you have to wonder about the story behind it.
Yeah, was there a specific goal in mind?
I'm betting it was a deliberate choice to try and convey something specific about the brand and the product.
Okay, I'm hooked. What do you think they were going for?
Well, think about it. On the surface, it's all about highlighting quality.
Best, right?
Exactly. The word best instantly sets a high bar, but it goes deeper than that. That dressed part is really interesting to me.
Yeah, why dressed?
Because it suggests more than just quality. It implies that the chicken is also prepared. It's ready to be cooked and presented in a way that's, best dressed.
I see.
It's subtle, but it elevates the chicken from just an ingredient to something more special.
So it's not just chicken, it's an experience.
Exactly. It's they're saying this isn't just any chicken, it's the chicken you're proud to serve, whether it's for your family or for guests.
It's they're tapping into that desire we all have to impress with our cooking.
Absolutely.
So the name is playful, it's memorable, and it subtly promises a superior product. It's clever.
And when you combine that cleverness with their actual commitment to quality, it's a powerful combination.
It's like they created a whole story around their chicken.
Yeah.
It's not just a commodity anymore. It's the best-dressed chicken.
And that story resonated. They became a market leader in Jamaica, they conquered the Cayman Islands, and then they set their sights on the U.S.
That's quite a journey for a chicken. But it's not just about the catchy name, right? It's about the foundation they built, the quality, the innovation, and their understanding of what consumers want.
It really highlights how powerful strategic branding can be. It's about crafting a message that truly connects with your target audience and then consistently delivering on that promise.
And JBG is definitely walking the walk. Their sales figures from 2023 were impressive, and they're planning a $20 million expansion. Their long-term strategy is paying off.
It certainly seems like they're not slowing down anytime soon. They're continuing to invest in their brand and their future.
So I think the big takeaway here is that a great name is just the beginning. It's what you do with it that truly matters.
JBG has done a remarkable job of building a brand that's not only memorable, but also stands for something. They've taken a simple product and made it special.
And that's a lesson any business can learn from, no matter what industry they're in.
It really hits you when you think about it, doesn't it? Their success is really built on understanding their audience, figuring out what people want.
Yeah, totally. They didn't just guess, they did their homework. Like they tacked into that need for convenience and good quality.
And then they actually delivered on it, right? I mean, pre-cleaned chicken, that was a big deal.
Huge. They saw a gap in the market and they went for it. And it ended up changing the whole industry.
Totally. Smart move.
Makes me think about the name again, the best dressed chicken. It's catchy, it sticks with you. And it also kind of implies that it's a good product, right?
Right. It's like they're saying, hey, this is something special.
And it works in different places too, right?
Yeah.
It's not just for Jamaica.
You're right. It doesn't sound weird in the Cayman Islands or the U.S. It's got this universal appeal,
Okay, so what do you think makes that name so effective? Is it the humor, the quality thing, or something else?
I think it's a bunch of things combined. It's funny, which helps you remember it. But it also kind of makes you think of, like, fancy dinner parties,
Right. Right, like this is the chicken you serve when you want to impress.
Exactly. And I think that plays into how we all want to, show off a little with our cooking.
It's kind of like a status symbol. I only serve the best-dressed chicken.
Haha, right. And it's not just a clever name. They're really committed to good quality and sustainable practices, so it all comes together.
It shows that branding isn't just about a cool logo or a slogan, it's about the whole package. And they nailed it.
Absolutely. They've kept growing, they've kept trying new things, but they've always stayed true to their core values.
Okay, let's talk about those sustainable practices for a minute. What are some specific things they've done?
Well, raising chickens without antibiotics, that's huge. A lot of people are looking for that these days.
Yeah, it's not just about looking good, it's about doing the right thing for the animals and the environment.
Totally. And they're also investing in things like renewable energy and saving water.
So they're walking the walk.
Yeah.
They're not just saying it, they're doing it.
And they're not shy about it either. They make sure people know about their sustainability efforts, on their packaging and in their marketing.
It's like they're saying, hey, this chicken is good for you and good for the planet.
Exactly. And that's a message that a lot of people want to hear these days.
So they've really hit on something special here. It's quality, it's convenient, it's sustainable, and they have this amazing brand name that brings it all together.
And that's what makes this such a cool story. They've shown that you can appeal to people's desire for good food and their desire to do good in the world.
It's amazing how JBG took something so simple, chicken,
Yeah.
and they turned it into a brand that people actually care about.
Yeah, it shows you what good branding can do, right? It's not just about the product itself, it's the whole story behind it, the feelings it gives you, the values it represents. And for JBG, it's all about ambition and innovation. They weren't content to just stick to Jamaica, they wanted to go global. First with the Cayman Islands, and then the U.S. That was a bold move. Oh yeah, the U.S. market is tough. It's huge, and there's so much competition. But they saw a way to stand out with their focus on quality and convenience and all that sustainability stuff.
And it's working. Their sales are up, they're expanding. Americans love the best-dressed chicken.
It just shows that people all over want the same things. Quality, a brand they can trust, a company that does things right.
Makes you wonder what's next for them.
Yeah.
New markets, new products. What do you think?
Who knows? But they've shown that they're not afraid to take risks and try new things. I bet they'll keep innovating and keep pushing boundaries.
That's a good lesson for any business, no matter what you're selling. Never stop trying new things, never stop listening to your customers, and never underestimate the power of a good brand.
I think that sums it up perfectly. The Best Dressed Chicken is a perfect example of how a well-crafted brand can really make a difference. When it's based on quality, innovation, and understanding what people want, you can achieve amazing things.
It's inspiring to see a company that does it right. It makes you think about your own brand, right? How can you connect with people on a deeper level? How can you tell a story that resonates?
That's what it's all about, right? Creating a connection, building trust, making a lasting impression. So yeah, pay attention to the brands you see out there. What makes them stand out to you? What kind of feeling do they give you?
Because ultimately, that's what great branding is all about. And maybe, just maybe, learning about the Best Dressed Chicken will give you some ideas for your own brand.
You never know.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, folks. We hope you found it insightful. Until next time, keep exploring and keep diving deep.